Hello and welcome to another episode of Silence is Golden. I'm your host, Simon Kelly.
And I'm Jen McEnany, not Troy Dean. Troy's sick today with the man flu, so I am standing in for Troy today. So go easy on me, please.
So today what we'll be talking about, our core topic today is the go wide, go deep method, which you use in client meetings to help you win better projects and really understand the needs of a project. WordPress turns 15. Keylogger campaign affects 2,000 websites and how you can stay protected. How you can set up cornerstone content with Yoast SEO, and how saying no helps you win more work. Stay with us. Hello and welcome to Silence is Golden. Hello, Jen. Welcome aboard.
Hi, Simon. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah?
On
Excited?
the other side of the camera today.
Yeah? Nervous?
No, actually. No,
Yeah, cool.
no. Happy to be here.
You're well acquainted with, with the live streaming and the videos.
Yep. So Troy let us know yesterday he was sick. He's come down with the flu. So he said, do you mind standing in? And I'd love to help out. I've been on vacation for a couple of weeks, so I'm out of the WordPress loop. So I'll rely on you for the news. But I'm looking forward to the go wide, go deep chat, because I love that method.
You have a good surf while you were away?
Yeah, had a couple of surfs and
Awesome.
went to the state forest up there. It's beautiful in Queensland. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, it's amazing. One of my favourite spots is that, I can't even remember what it is now, that's how much of a favourite it is. No, it's the waterfall, like the waterfall that's like gone into the ground. It's created like that natural.
Yes, that's where I went.
Arch.
Yeah, Currumbin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you some footage of it. We went down. It was. It wasn't as smooth as I thought, though. It was a bit of a rough ride on the rocks.
Yeah. It's so nice then. Though.
Oh, it's beautiful in the forest there. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Even if you can't remember your favourite place and what it's called. Cool. All right. So jumping into the WordPress news.
Okay.
WordPress turns 15, which is really, really exciting.
Woohoo! I can't believe it's 15 years old.
Yeah, so on...
Way to go, Matt.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So yeah, 15 years ago on the 25th of January, there's a post by Mike on Matt's blog that says, if you're serious about forking B2, I would be interested in contributing. And that's how it all began, basically.
Wow.
So an interesting point was actually one of our coaches, Christina, posted this in the private Facebook group, just celebrating that WordPress turned 15.
Yeah.
And just because this was such a key turning point, like this one message from Mike to Matt, and just like kind of checked in with our community about what are some of the key points in like their business that like had a big shift, especially related to WordPress. Was there anything that kind of stuck out for you, like when you first got started with WordPress?
Well, I remember I was doing a course of Troy's at the time, and I was wanting to design my husband's website. He was a plumber.
Right.
And I said to Troy, I'd seen Wix around and a couple of the other things, and I said to Troy, you know, I'm thinking about doing this because it looks so easy. What's your views on it? And he was saying WordPress all the way, and he was telling me all the great things about it, and that sold me. And I got through a bit of a learning curve just teaching myself, and then I was sold on it too, and I love it. What about you?
Yeah, I was actually creating websites in Joomla. Well, before that even, I was trying to make my own like CMS, which just took ages and it was crap. And then someone introduced me to Joomla, and that was like, oh my God, this is a content management system. And then I was building websites using that for a while. Yeah. And then the same kind of realization when I found WordPress. Was like, oh my God, now this is like a whole new ballgame. This is amazing. Yeah. You can extend it so much. There's so much free stuff involved. And just the whole community. So
the community I think
amazing.
gets everyone in, doesn't it?
That's it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So in some not so exciting news, so on the security blog, there's a keylogger, which is a virus that has affected quite a few WordPress sites. In December last year, it was about 4,000 infected. And it's back again, and it's infected about 2,000 websites. So there's actually a guide on the security website to be able to help get your website unhacked.
Very handy.
Yeah, definitely. If you just Google how to clean a hacked WordPress site, you'll find that guide from the security blog. It's really useful, not just to like how to clean your website, but also how to prevent it from getting hacked in the first place, which is definitely better than trying to clean it afterwards.
For sure.
Because you don't always find everything. So make sure you do that. Keep your website secure. Use the best hosting that you can. If you're using super cheap hosting, they're notorious for getting hacked really easily. So make sure you're using really good hosting, because that is like 9/10 of your protection right there.
Any other tips on protecting yourself with that?
Don't get hacked is my advice. If you can do that, then you're good.
Yes, yeah. And make sure you've got your clients on care plans, because you don't want them coming to you saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. If they're on a care plan and you're looking after them, that sort of stuff won't happen.
Yeah, exactly. And just what a care plan is basically them paying you a fixed rate every month to make sure this doesn't happen. Now it's up to you how efficient you are and how well you use that time and
what tools you use.
And what tool you use, exactly. But it just makes sure that they know it's not going to get hacked. Or if it does get hacked, that you're going to be there working with the host, working with security or whatever company to make sure that it's fixed.
Because that is, to even sell that to them, you won't have the nightmare of having to deal with all these people if it gets hacked. Like, to me, that's worth the money in itself.
Have you ever been hacked on any websites?
No.
Awesome.
It's scary. I'm scared of it. I don't have a website at the moment, so
cool.
I'm okay.
That helps. That's one way to avoid it. No website, no hacking.
Exactly.
Happy days. All right, cool. What else we got in here? So we've got how to set up a cornerstone content strategy with Yoast SEO.
Ooh.
Now, this article is great because I don't really know what cornerstone content was. Like,
can you tell me? I don't know either.
Well, you can read the article.
Okay.
No. The cornerstone content is basically really like your best content on your website. So the really important things that like for security, it would have been that guide on how to clean a hacked WordPress site.
Yeah.
Like that's cornerstone content. Yeah, absolutely. It could be a page, it could be a post, it could be a custom post type, whatever it is, but just one of the key valuable articles that you've got on your website.
Yep.
So Yoast talks about how to use their Yoast SEO plugin to help optimize your cornerstone content. So it's definitely worth having a read through that. There's a lot more tips than we can say right now, but it's definitely a well-written article and really great reference to come back to later.
So it's a page that, like, one or two pages that you really want to be sort of known for SEO. You want to get,
yeah, even more than one or two. Like, you could have quite a few different pages that really help to explain things to your target audience.
Yeah.
Like there could be something. So for WP Elevation, it could be something along the lines of the ultimate guide to winning WordPress clients.
Yes.
I think that would be cornerstone content.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, and another one from the WooCommerce blog is this is a business-related one, like great for freelancers. How saying no wins more work, which is a fantastic article about just really saying yes is actually detrimental to your freelance business because you come off as someone that says yes to everything, someone that really needs the work, someone who's a bit desperate. So saying no actually helps you to make sure you know what's in and what's out, and it helps clients know that you have specific kinds of projects that you work on.
So it's about setting boundaries.
That's right.
Yeah. So can you give me an example of how you do that with your work, saying no?
We'll actually have a client request came through yesterday, and they said, we want to make sure that our website can be, that someone can book via Uber Eats on our website. That's your next project. And that's just not something, we're not going to like, they want us to like custom code something to do that. Yep. And I know for sure that they're not going to have any budget for that. So it's not a no, it's an education call. So I'll have a chat to them and just say, that's not in the project. The project's been delivered. What that's going to take is X, Y, and Z. Do you want to move forward with something like that? Here's some other solutions I can help provide you with, but that's not a route we're going to go down.
Okay.
Yep. So it's just an education piece.
Yep.
Clients will ask everything. They'll ask for anything possible. So it seems quite common to get very frustrated with that. Like, oh, this client's asking me these things. But really, you just have to be able to make sure you have that call with the client and just reassess and adjust those boundaries.
Right, sounds good. And I think this is all leads into scope creep as well. And we've got a podcast coming up next week actually with Andre Gagnon from Project Huddle. Yeah. And I liked the sound of that tool that they've got at Project Huddle, because it's a way of setting those boundaries with clients and letting them say, these are the changes I want, and they can easily say what they want, but it's all in a specific one place. So they're not sending emails or ringing the next day, or it's all very, set up.
Yeah, like nice and structured.
Yeah, structured. Yeah,
absolutely.
So have you had any experience with Project Huddle?
Yeah. It's one issue, and I actually mentioned this on the show last week, that we're having with it at the moment is once we set this up for our clients, we need a better process about that they can't just click and send us feedback like bit by bit. Because they can right now, and it's great because we know exactly where it is. But we're just getting into a bit of a client training plan at the moment. Is put them all together in 1 week or something like that, and then we'll action them all in one hit as opposed to one at a time. So we're just coming up with a bit of a better process for that. But so far, it works great. Our clients are really loving it. I'm testing it at the moment with my clients. So it was quite easy to say, just kind of pre-frame. We're implementing a new tool at the moment. Would love for you to use it. We're still working out our process.
Yep.
So just email us once you've given us all the feedback, and then that lets us adapt our process, and it's not kind of weird.
Yeah, not set in stone and so rigid.
Exactly, yeah, because it's hard to like go back once you do something. You're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
so it's a good way to get, keep one foot out kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, sounds good.
Have you given it a shot?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
But through all the podcasts actually that we've been doing, I'm hearing about lots of these ways of managing that scope creep. And I think it's so important for your own sanity as a developer, not to be responding all the time and to have those processes set in place and explained very well to the client. And also, the client can easily pick up what you want them to do. It's not difficult for them. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Cool. All right. We're going to skip the Q&A today because we're going to jump straight into our core topic, which is the go wide, go deep method.
Love the go wide, go deep method.
Which, if you haven't heard of, it's a way of going wide and going deep and asking a lot of questions basically during the initial client meeting or with existing clients when they've got a new project for you. It's about asking why. It's getting to the real goals of why they want a particular project and what it's going to achieve. It helps you create better proposals, it helps you position yourself as the expert, and it does lots of other great things, such as this conversation that we're going to have very shortly. So we're going to come up with a bit of an example, and we're going to do a bit of a role-playing exercise and see how we go. Yeah,
we've had, this is one of the core things that we teach in the blueprint, the WPE blueprint. And we've often had over the years, a lot of our members say, could you give us a real example, a real life example of this happening? So we can actually see, because it's not always going to go according to the plan. Everyone's different, everyone's got different ideas. But the whole idea, as you said, is just going so deep that you don't just go to the surface of what they want, because that could be, they could think that the client could think they want something, but you as a developer think, well, when you get to the actual core of it, no, that's not what they need. They need something totally different, and they're not going to know that unless with your understanding and expertise you can help them explain it and see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we were thinking of a good example, and I suppose it's based on reality, and then we'll just fast forward it a little bit. So I work as the customer happiness guru here at WP Elevation, but as is so often in the business, we all like a bit of a side hustle. So my side hustle is I'm really getting into the slow movement. So, zero waste, plastic free, just living a more simple life. And I've been doing so many things with this, setting up a veggie patch and all this stuff. And I've got a friend who's doing similar things. And we were saying this would be really good to document on a blog and, see where we go from there as well. So started off as a blog. We're both good photographers. I've got a bit of videography experience behind me. We're both good writers. So we thought we could start that off and then see where it goes with e-commerce capability.
Right.
So in this movement, there's a lot of things that you can actually buy, like bamboo toothbrushes, which instead of the plastic toothbrushes are compostable and, much better for the environment. So there's a lot of things like this that you can buy. So one of the ideas was maybe having that capability for e-commerce. So we thought that we'd start off by just sort of showing us where the blog might have started, where we might start with it, and then leading forward to, Simon, you said if it was a blog in itself, you wouldn't take the project on.
Yeah, it would have to give you some kind of ROI. Like for my business, like that's what we specialize in, is we want to make, well, not to specialize in, we want to make sure that our clients are getting return on everything they're spending with us several times over. So if it was just a hobbyist and if it was just a blog by itself, I would be asking why you want this, and you would just be saying, I just want to put my photos up or something like that.
Correct.
I'd say, well, you can absolutely do that, and I'll point you to some resources to help you get started. I might even take you on as like a consulting client, so I can actually just help you build this, but I'm only going to work for you at a high hourly rate, but I'm just going to train you on how to set things up a bit better and just how to get the most from your strategy. But it's not going to be something where I'm going to like try to sell you a $10,000 package to be able to build your website, improve your SEO, whatever else that needs to happen.
Exactly, because at this stage I wouldn't need that, and I wouldn't have the money to be paying like $5,000 to $10,000 just for a blog. So we're looking at that next stage of having that ROI.
Yeah, exactly. So your client?
I'm the client.
I am the other guy.
You're the
agency. I'm the expert. All right, so basically, so really kicking this off. So this is like an inbound lead that's come into my lap, and we've gone live talking about it. So it could go any which way at the moment.
So I'm going to pretend a few things like with this ROI. So we've got some money, so it's going to be worth your while.
Yeah.
So
or even that it's close to that happening. Like you've got a blog and it's working already, and you're like, I want to take us to the next stage.
Got it.
Right. So you might not have it yet. So you're pretty close to that anyway, by the sounds of it.
Yeah,
cool.
Great.
So I can see some of the goals, but I just want to get a bit deeper on what your goals are, and that's usually how I'll start the conversation with clients anyway. So they'll send through a bit of an inquiry, or we'll have a bit of a phone chat, and then I'll learn more about what it is they're trying to achieve, and then we'll book in a call, so a secondary one, and then the way that I'll start at the beginning is I understand what your goals are, and I just want to get a little bit deeper. So that's kind of how the conversation starts.
Question though, if you live in the same area as them, do you prefer to have the one-on-one, like face-to-face?
I do actually.
But Skype's okay. What do you prefer?
Skype's okay. Like I use Zoom, Skype, whatever.
Okay.
I prefer to meet with them in person if it's looking like it's a pretty good lead.
Okay.
And they are local.
Yep.
But yeah, I have clients all over the world, so absolutely happy to do it online. I just think that in person, it's a lot easier to tell some of those like non-verbal signals without like blocky internet sometimes.
Yeah, and also with Skype, make sure you get the video call, not just a voice call, because I think that body language is really important.
Yeah, and using call recorder.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah, cool.
You can record that. Cool.
Okay.
All right. So just want to get a bit deeper into what your goals are. So what are they?
So we've got the blog going, and we're happy with. We're using MailChimp for our emailing base, and we've got about 3,000 people so far on our mailing list, which we're quite happy with. Yeah. We send out a newsletter once a month at the moment, and we're putting blog posts on once every 2 weeks. Okay. So that's what we're doing. Yep. Now we're wanting to go a bit further. We want to go into getting some e-commerce happening, so we can get some ROI. Yep. So what we'd like to do is set up a shop there, and I've worked out, how we can get everything in. So we've, maybe to start off with, we've got about 8 products that we want to start selling. We've also been working hard on writing a book that we're about to get self-published, so we'd like to maybe use that somehow and sell that as well. So basically we want to start earning some money from our passion of what we're interested in. Yeah.
So you mentioned e-commerce and obviously like selling products that are related to this niche. Yeah. So why is it important that you're implementing e-commerce? Like, why is that so important? Why don't you just run the blog as it is now?
Well, we're finding it's taking up a lot of our time, and we want to actually we're enjoying it, but because it's taking up time, we want some financial benefit from it, and we want to be able to, I suppose, grow it, and then maybe lead into other things like doing some speaking, paid speaking. Not quite sure yet, but we're wanting to really be able to get this message out and share it with people more, but get money from doing that. Yeah. So I thought that maybe selling things is a quick and easy way to do that.
Yeah. So if you're making money, you're able to expand the audience.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And why is that important, to expand the audience?
Well, first of all, getting our message out there, but also we can do more. If we're expanding the audience, we've got more people to be able to market things to.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
And why is that important, to have more people to market to?
Well, I eventually want to have this as a full-time business. I don't really, because I'm working WP Elevation, so I don't.
Hopefully Troy's too sick to be watching this.
So I'm just playing along. I'd love to quit my day job because my boss drives me crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to quit my day job.
Making me go live online, I'm not ready.
And I want to do this as my full-time business so I can just give him the bird and say, see you later.
Perfect, yeah.
I'm going all red now.
The pressure's on.
So I want to make this a full-time job.
Yeah, awesome. And you need a certain amount of income in order to make that happen.
I'm feeling really bad saying this. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And I want to use my skills as well. So I think the e-commerce side of it is good, but I'm a good speaker, so I'd like to maybe look at doing some speaking tours and getting this book published as well as different sorts of revenue coming in.
Okay. So getting just without asking why too many times, like getting the book published, why is that important?
Credibility.
Yep.
And I suppose again, getting credibility, getting the message out there, and looking at, trying to make a living out of this, more money coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. So really, that's how the process works. So that sounds like a great idea. But basically, where at each point, if I'm asking why and then why else, and just getting a little bit deeper, like did that feel a bit awkward other than
it did.
You giving Troy the bird? Other than that,
no, it did because
it did?
it got me really thinking. Well, you're writing a book, but why are you writing a book?
Yeah.
So you had to actually think of the real reasons behind it.
Yeah.
So,
did you feel like? I don't know, awkward towards me? Or were you like, I'm kind of unprepared for this? Or?
I thought maybe you were trying to question why you actually, my motives, is this even worth doing kind of thing?
And you had to kind of justify that to yourself?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
but not in a bad way. Like, I knew you weren't having a go at me, but I thought, he's questioning my motives here.
Just keeps you on your toes a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah, so with that, like, not only do I now know really what it is you want to do, like, a key thing, obviously, that stuck out for me is you want to quit. And your boss is a bastard. Is that you want to quit your day job, and you need a certain amount of income in order to quit your day job. That has to happen, and that needs to build up.
Yeah.
So really knowing that, like, you wouldn't have told me that if you just said along the lines of, I want to add e-commerce into this blog, I want to be able to sell certain things, great, like that would be awesome. Sure, we can do that for you. But the impact that's going to have on you, that's going to help you quit your job.
Yeah.
You're going to need a certain level of income. You're going to be able to reach a bigger audience now. So these kinds of things, we're now on the same page with what your goals are. So now in my proposal that I'll give to you, I'll be mentioning those things.
Yep.
So the difference between someone else's proposal that will just be kind of like a blueprint that someone's just copied and just filled in with your details. Sometimes they forget to change your name, which I've had before.
Oh, God.
I'm going to have your goals that you've said to me that they probably won't know. So the difference between those proposals, probably price as well, I could come in a bit higher, but because I know what it is that you want to achieve, it's more likely that you're going to go with me.
And also, I felt by you asking me those questions, you were really interested to getting to the core of what I'm all about.
Yeah.
So I think that getting, like you speaking to me, going that level deeper, I think there'll be a bit of trust established there, and we'll be able to, I really feel like you would have a vested interest in what I wanted to do. And also, because I'm not the expert, I'd be looking to you for some guidance. Okay, well, I want to do this book. What's the best way to position this on the website? What's the best, I'm looking to you for advice now.
Yeah, because now I'm the trusted advisor.
Yeah,
so it's such a good positioning exercise.
Yep.
Even just to be able to have that level of conversation with a client is huge.
Yeah.
So many agencies don't have that. They've got their own, and freelancers, they've got their own process. A lot of agencies have their own process, but then a lot of freelancers are very yes people and like, yeah, sure, I can do that, sure, I can do that, but they don't ask the right questions in order to position themselves effectively.
Right.
Yeah. So even if you don't know how to deliver all of the services, just being able to position yourself like this just puts you in a great position with the client. Regardless of what the next step is going to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great process.
Like no tool, no anything needed. It's just getting familiar with this process. And it is awkward to say it.
Yeah.
Because you want to be talking about like plugins and I'm going to e-commerce this and, marketing automation and whatever you're going to put together and, where are we going to host this and things like that, getting technical, but you just don't have any of that talk. You just
I don't need to know that.
That's
in
right.
my mind, I just have this idea of what I want to do, and I want to make sure that you're the man to do this for me, and I'll trust you that you'll have all the expertise around that.
Yeah, and you've told me your deepest secrets now, so it's locked in.
Now, another thing there, though, is I think, and Troy mentions this a bit, just be okay with awkward silences. Be okay with letting the person
Embrace them.
think. Letting them have a think, and if they are feeling, read their body language, and if you can see they're getting a little bit, anxious about it, just be relaxed and say, don't worry, this is meant to get you thinking. I'm just going to sit here, relax, have a think about it. You've got plenty of time, and make them really feel at ease and let them feel okay with having some thinking time about it, because these are big things that they need to be nutting out. So give them that space to do that as well. So be okay with those awkward silences if you need to be.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And always have the decision maker in the room, because if you're talking to the next person down, they're just going to be like, because it's in the budget, that's what we need to do.
Yep.
So you really want to be talking to the person who really, really wants this, and then you're going to be able to get to the deeper needs of exactly what it is that they want to achieve.
Definitely.
Cool. So if you caught it up on the screen share before, Ray put up the blueprint itself. There it is right there. So just to recap, it's why. Why is that important? Right. How can you do that? This way. That way. Why? Why is that important? Why else? Why else again? And then, so you've got 3 things that you've asked why for. So, why do you want this project? And they tell you 3 things. And then out of those 3 things, which is the most important?
Right.
Why is that the most important? Why else? Why else? And then again, most important. So it's really getting deep, really getting deep. I actually was getting a little bit uncomfortable, so I didn't go as deep as I needed to. But to be honest, I felt like I got the key thing pretty early on, is that you wanted to quit your job. So I was pretty happy with that ammo. And then when you were talking a bit more about the impact that it wanted to have, so like a wider audience, like that's another one for me to go a little bit deeper on. So why is it important to reach a wider audience? So I want to get a bit deeper on that. And then that's going to give me the ammo that I need basically to be able to sell to you more effectively. So it's really it's more about listening than it is about talking in these initial conversations.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, it's a good skill to have.
Cool. And so how would you finish that meeting off then?
I would ask for a blank check, and really, I would make sure that I get out of there before an hour's up.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want to sit there and just be talking and then just like keep going on and on about all these things that they want to do. I want to make sure that I'm the one finishing up the meeting and that I'm heading off, and then I would just let them know that I'm going to talk to my team and I'm going to get back to you with a proposal. But I wouldn't talk about technology or anything like that. I wouldn't tell them any pricing at that point.
Yep.
I actually do have some fixed rate pricing packages. So in some cases I would, when it matches up beautifully, I want to try to seal the deal right there. But if it was a proposal that's required, I'll come back to you in a couple of days with a proposal, and after I talk to my team, and then I'll get back to them in a couple of days.
And then what happens if I say, can you give me a ballpoint figure? Because I know that's very common. Is it ballpark figure? Sorry.
Sure.
Give me a general.
Yeah.
Give me a ballpark figure. General, like because that's a common one.
Yeah.
How do you respond to that?
I actually will. I'll give a ballpark figure. Yeah. So, and because I'll hopefully have a pretty good understanding before the meeting about what they want to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes just don't. If you're not comfortable doing that, just say, no, I really need to talk to my team about what it is that we're going to do and get back with your needs before I can put together even a ballpark for you.
Yeah.
So I'd be wanting to know what their ballpark budget would be.
Yeah.
More so than they want to know what the cost is going to be.
Rebound that ballpark and say, hey, what's your...
That's the initial meeting struggle. It's the who's going to say the pricing first kind of thing.
Yeah.
So this way you can avoid needing to get into that conversation. You hopefully know a bit of a budget range before getting into this. But knowing that you have something to gain from this in terms of a monetary value through the e-commerce side of things, knowing that helps to make sure that what I'm proposing for you is actually going to give you ROI, right? And that you have something to spend. If it was just a blog and you're not adding any e-commerce into this, what price could I possibly give you that's going to be worthwhile for you?
Yeah, and that's where you were saying maybe you could say, well, here's my fee, I'll do a couple of consultations with you and set you up to look after yourself.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, and I do that with many clients.
Yeah.
It's a good way to do it.
Now, one other question is, would you charge for this meeting? So you say it goes for about an hour. Do you generally charge for these meetings?
No. So that would be like call it a strategy session with the client. So just go for an hour. If it seems clear that they have no idea what they're doing and they have no idea what their goals, it's all super fuzzy, then I'll charge for a discovery workshop, which will be a totally separate thing. And I think we should cover that in a future episode.
Ooh, I'd like to know about that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So learning a bit more about their project and getting a bit more hands-on.
Going
as opposed to
even more in depth.
Yeah, exactly. And actually putting something together and giving them a plan. So there'll be a deliverable at the end of that, as opposed to just a conversation.
Okay. Cool.
It's all very exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy. So you'll come back to me in how long will it take you to get back with my pricing?
10 weeks. No, I won't give a particular, I'll just say a couple of days.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay, so I'll put my cousin who wants to do it for me on Squarespace on hold for now until
just hold
for a
off
couple
on
of
that,
days.
If
okay.
you'd be so kind.
Okay.
Yeah. Classic behavior though, isn't it? Like, my cousin can do this for free, so why would I hire you?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's a question to put back on them. Like, why did you want to have this meeting with me?
Yeah.
What do you think I bring to the project?
Yeah. Well, my cousin's just doing dilly-dallying, they don't know too much, and, you seem to have your shit together, judging from your website, so...
Yeah, I've actually done this before. Is that my superpower?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds like we've got a deal.
Actually, we've got a great blog post. Oh, we'll have to put in the notes that Christina Hawkins wrote, one of our coaches, about all the things that clients can say to you, and this is why we charge what we do. You know, does all these other websites, DIY ones, do they do this?
Oh, really?
And there's about 100 things to show, if you're ever getting questions about this, 100 things to show that you as a website consultant designer do that these other places will not do.
Yeah.
And then I think that would sell it in itself.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll put the notes to that. It's really good.
And it even just gives you some ammo to be able to...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so that brings us to this week's tool of the week, which is the blueprint, the Go Wide, Go Deep meeting blueprint that was up on the screen before. So you can get that at wpelevation.com/GWGD. Putting the pressure on Ray to put that together. He's good. He's really good. We should just make stuff up and just see if he can put it together. And right now, here's a dragon flying across the screen.
Go, Ray.
No. I told us in the Beavis and Butthead in like 3 minutes the other day.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And we had a good happy birthday WordPress graphic up there before too. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even
we were too busy chatting.
Cool. All right. Any particular questions on that process?
No. But as I said, it is one that all our members here at WPE just love, and we get so many success stories. Yeah. And also, the first time you do it, it will be difficult. You will find it a bit nerve-wracking, and this is what everyone says as well. But once they've done it, the breakthroughs that you get are incredible. Yeah. So stick with it. Just get through that first one. Once you've done that first one, you'll be on fire.
Yeah, and practice it with someone. Like if you've got someone in your network that you can just do it at the drive-through if you want to. Yeah, just give it a shot. Saying it to anyone and just being comfortable with the awkwardness is perfect.
I love it.
But if they said it to you at the drive-through. Like, why do you want that burger? You're like, oh my God, I don't actually. I'm out of here.
I've got some sugar cravings.
I'm an addict. Just like crumbling. Cool. All right. Well, if you like this episode, let us know. We didn't actually check any.
And if you'd like me to take over from Troy Dean, even though I do have another job coming up soon, another full-time job when I get my website going, please let us know, and I'm happy to fill in whenever he's sick.
We've always got room for you, Jen.
Thank you. No, we miss you, Troy.
Hope he's getting better soon. Cool. So yeah, please leave us a comment what you thought about this video. Subscribe on YouTube. In Facebook, if you go into the Facebook page, like us, but then you can also be notified when we're live as well.
Yep.
In YouTube as well, you hit the little drop down and then you can be notified when we go live and notified when a new episode is published.
Yeah.
We'd love to put this show together for you, so please let us know what you'd like to learn next. Discovery workshop seems like the next kind of logical step.
Yeah.
And also a proposal template, because that makes sense to go from here into a proposal. So the proposal is quite heavy, so we're going to kind of break it down into different episodes. But you can get that proposal template at go.wpelevation.com/proposal template.
Wow, you're good for remembering that.
I'm pretty sure it's there.
Gee, I don't even remember that one.
If you Google it, WP Elevation proposal template, that will also do the job for you.
Yeah. This has been fun.
Yeah? Enjoy yourself? Yeah, we'll have to get you on another time, Jen. This has been awesome having you here.
Thanks.
All right? So this was Silence is Golden. Thank you so much for watching another episode. I'm Simon Kelly.
I'm Ginny McAninny.
Go Elevate.
Go Elevate.